Hello everyone, welcome to reality. This video I'm going to touch a little bit on the Kundalini and the energy centers of the body and what you can do to raise the energy centers. You'll see it starts up here at the 8, and that's your energy coming in moment by moment and the conscious choices you make at each and every moment of your life. To understand and have control over that after it comes back from your higher self, you need to master these guys. These two most important, which red is your sexuality, that's your root chakra, that's at your base. This is why sex sells and everything's pornographic, and porn's like the number 2 thing on the internet these days, is because they want to keep you locked in the number 1 slot so you can't advance in your consciousness. So what I recommend is try to free your mind of anything that has to do with sex. Anything you can do to avoid sex or thinking about sex, or anything that will come to the mind that will keep you here. Once you do that, you come and work on your second step, which is your appetite. And your appetite is your digestive system, and what that means is the food you eat is almost all poison. Like, it's very, very bad for you. What you can do is fasting. I found fasting works wonders. Go 2 to 5 days, don't have anything but maybe water. And that, what happens is, if you forget about the sex for a little while, then you concentrate, because it really is mind over matter. Like, the human body can go days and days and weeks, months even, without food. Like, they have you thinking that, oh, you can only survive for, 7 days without water, and then 3 weeks or 2 weeks without food or something, and then you'll die. That's a load of garbage. Anyways, you control your appetite, and you focus, and you be in control. And whenever your mind's in control of this, then you'll reach your solar plexus, your breath of life. This is where your Christ conscious dwells, right underneath your heart chakra. Once you hit that Christ, it's going to activate your heart. Your heart's going to activate your throat. Your throat, that means you're going to be speaking. And the whole time you're going through this, it's best to educate yourself as well. Like, try to learn something new. Go outside the box with your thinking. Try to attain new information. The best information out there is hidden. It's deemed forbidden for people to see. So search into that stuff. Anytime, for the Christians and the Catholics out there, anytime they hear about Kundalini or the Sumerians or any of these ancient cultures, they all think satanic right away. Is satanic. Well, they say that word and that term so you stay away from it. Because whenever you learn more things, knowledge is power. And then applied knowledge is freedom. They don't want you to be free. They want you to continue on the course of destruction of your own vessel with the appetite and sexuality. That will destroy you. That will keep you here, locked in these 2 sections right here. You will never reach the Christ consciousness, which will then go up to your mind's eye, or your pineal gland will be activated. You cancel out here, reach the Christ. Your heart will be opened due to the Christ. Come up a little bit more. You'll be speaking a lot clearer, a lot better. Your words will have meaning and power behind them. And then you'll get to your pineal gland. And when you get to your pineal gland, that's your direct connect with the above, or your higher self. Whenever it hits this energy's flowing up, because if it's not staying here, it's got to go somewhere, and it's going to move up to the next, and then up to the next, and this is energy coming up from the earth. It all spirals out and around like a donut, out and in, out and in. But anyways, whenever it comes up through the earth, up through you, if you're thinking about sex and other things of that nature, then the energy's going to stay right there, and you're going to be like a genuine mammalian instinctual animal. And then toss in a little bit of the food you eat, which is almost all poisonous and no good for you, and most of it will kill you in the long run. You get rid of the food, get rid of this, hit that Christ, come up to the heart, then you're talking like the Christ, you'll understand things, and you'll be speaking a lot better, and people will understand you, and your words will have power behind them. Get to your pineal gland, your mind's eye, then you'll raise up to your seventh, which is your invisible crown, and that's 6 to 8 inches above your head. This is your little key of divinity that is with you all the time. But if you're constantly in these two regions, sexuality and appetite, you will never reach this. Never. You probably have a difficult time reaching this, which is connected directly with this guy. Whenever you have a gut feeling about something, that's this talking to this. Talking to this, talking to the 8, which is your higher self or your soul star. Now, whenever you raise this energy up, it's going to hit here, keep flowing up around the circle, and then it's going to hit up to the 8, it's going to go to the higher self, and then up to the 9, which is creator source. And from the 9, it's going to flow back down, I don't want to say starting at the 8, but it's going to come in from the 0 point and shoot out to the bottom chakra, 0 point being the bottom, hitting your base chakra at the very bottom of your spine. And then it just starts the conditioning all over, every second, every moment of every day. You have to control these two in order to progress to these guys. At least this is what I found out. The whole Jesus Christ, it has nothing to do with this right here. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It has a little bit to do with it, but believing in Jesus and reading the Bible, you're not going to activate this and get up to here. You will not. I almost guarantee it. If you do, please leave a comment below and let me know how you did it. Because believing in Jesus and his teachings is a good thing, don't get me wrong. But once you cancel out your human aspects, because you're a divine being of light experiencing having a human experience. So your human body is just a physical. These two energy centers in your body have everything to do with physical. So whenever you cancel them out, you're like, I want to be a higher being. I want to, have higher consciousness. Cancel these two out, you'll get to your divinity, which is your Christ within. And once that's activated, then I don't want to say it, but all hell breaks loose, because you will be a much more interesting person than you were before. And depending on how far you go with this, or how many times you complete the circle, over and over and over of every second of every day, will magnify how much you get blocked out of society. Because most, if not, probably 90% of society is trapped here and stuck here. Mostly because they don't know. This kind of stuff isn't taught. The yogis and the gurus and whatnot, they know about this kind of stuff. That's why these things aren't taught in school. Especially this guy, the pineal gland. I was in I graduated high school, and I don't ever remember hearing about the pineal, except for it's right beside the pituitary gland, and the pituitary gland, what do you call it? Governs your height, or something like that. I'm not real interested in the pituitary. I'm very interested in the pineal. This is the Egyptians. If you do a cross section of the human brain, you'll see the pineal is right in the middle. It's that eye of Ra, or whatever they call it from long ago. This is your seat of your soul. They say your eyes are the window to the soul. Well, if you look through that window, you're going to get to your pineal, and that's where your soul sits. Yeah. So, know thyself. These are the seven seals of God. And in order to attain them, you have to make it happen. You can't pray about it. You can't ask God to help you. I mean, you can, But once you understand that the Christ is within, and that's where you must seek it, you're talking to yourself. You're talking to your higher self. So if you want to talk to God, talk to yourself, because the Christ is within. But you won't find it unless these guys get canceled out for a little bit. I think this is why, like, in the stories of Jesus and other characters of that nature, they go out in the wilderness and spend 40 days alone. Because you can't have distractions. Like, if you're watching TV, TV's full of this, full of sex, full of food. Every commercial's a different restaurant. Every commercial has a chick barely wearing anything, or a dude with no shirt on grabbing bales of hay to turn on the women. You know, that's why they try to do this through the television with these two. Because they want to trap you and keep you at a lower vibration. So, yeah, you have to master yourself in order to advance and be a more conscious, higher thinking being while here on Earth. And it's all about mastering your energies. So yeah, love to hear your feedback. Like, subscribe, share. Have a great day. Bye-bye.